I want to show you one of the most powerful tools in Illustrator. It is the pathfinder tool up here in this group of palettes, pathfinder transparency and layers. Now let me show you the buttons that we use the most, and we'll talk about now, and others you might want to experiment with or look up and see what they do. But this first button here is called the Unite button. You see the two squares that are joined together or melted together. That means you take two shapes and put them together as one shape. This button here is called the minus the front. So whatever's in the front acts like a cookie cutter on some dough, and whatever its shape is, it cuts a hole in that background color, and then it goes away. It's gone, leaving the hole in the background. And this is the divide that allows you to cut shapes by wherever there's a line that crosses, it makes an actual cut. So let's look at these. Now the others are have names and have functions, and I'll let you look these up as needs be. But these first two on the top left and the bottom left, are pretty useful tools. For example, if I have a square, let's make these solid so the fill is black and the stroke is nothing. and make sure the stroke is nothing with these. And let's get another shape here, and I'll make a circle. Now when I place the circle over the square like that, there are two different layers, two different shapes, but if I select both of them, and to make this key work, this melt key, you have to hold down the command key or control key, key next to the space bar on either side. Hold that down as a trigger key and then hit the button. Now you see the blue line went away and all that other graphics. Let me go back again. See, that's the graphics. There's the graphic of the square, and here's the graphic of the circle overlapping, but when I hold the command key down and hit unite, the lines go away. They're melted, and it's just one shape. If I go out of color, command Y, you can see just one shape. So back into color, command Y again, and that's a shape that's there. Now if I take the square, let's make another square here. I'll just make a rectangle now, and I'm going to make another, let's make a star, and let's see, I'll make the star with the bigger edges on it. And that star, just to make sure you're seeing it, I'll make it red. Okay, red, red fill. And I'm not using strokes of these, because if you do use a stroke, it gets in the way of having things join and move together. So just take it straight fill. Now if I put this star in that square, let's make it just a little smaller in this rectangle, and I put that there. Okay, now the star is seen, so it's in front of the rectangle. If I select both units, and this time I'm going to hold the command key down and hit the minus button, that star is going to act like a cookie cutter and cut a hole in the black background and be gone. Voila. And you can see, if I put it over here, you can see through it that it is in fact empty. It's not white, it's empty. So that works for that. Now the cut tool is really interesting, because I can take, let's take a square and a circle, and I'm going to lay this circle over the square. Maybe I'll make that circle just a little bit bigger, like that. Now if I go out of color, command Y, you can see there's the stroke. Let's get them kind of level here. There's now there's still fill, but it's out of color, but you can see the square one and you can see the circular one. Now command Y, back to color. I'm going to select these two, and this time I'm going to hold down the command key and hit the divide button. And now everywhere there's a line, that curved line there and this straight line there, it's going to cut these two pieces. Clink. Okay, what that means then, I'm going to take my white arrow with a plus, and I can select just that space in there and turn it a different color. And I can select this shape out here and make it another color. and I can get this shape over here and make it yet another color. Yeah, not the greatest colors in the world, but there you go. Okay, so that it cut where this crossed and where this crossed. Let's do something a little more complicated. I'm going to make a rectangle, and I'm making a copy of the rectangle, command the option key and the shift key to make it even, and then I'm going to go D, command D, and move them across. Let's see, I got one too many. Let's go there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, now let's move these guys over a little bit. I'm going to take these 5 bars, and with that rotate tool, remember the rotate tool, I'm going to select the rotate tool, come right to the center of this, because that's going to be the point where it rotates from, and hold down the option key to get it, trigger it to get it started, click on it once, angle is 90, copy, it's going to go 90 degrees, and so it rolls over, and at that point I'm going to make these dark blue. Okay, now I'm going to select all the bars, horizontal and vertical. You see where every line is? Everywhere there's a line crossing, that's going to be a cut. Command key, divide key. Bonk. Now, the reason I'm using the white arrow or the group selection tool is that when I come in here and cut them, it automatically groups them. See, I select with the black arrow, I get one, I get them all. So I take the white arrow with the plus, and now I can go and I'm going to there's the first one. I hold down the shift key, and I'm going to get all the spaces in between the blue and red rectangles. And I'm just, with the shift key down, I can select all these, and I'll make that something of a purple. Funk. So I can do that because everywhere the line crossed, it cut it. Now let's say I wanted to take all the squares that, well, let's see, those are the blue squares. I don't want to keep those blue. Probably, let's see, I don't see any big red squares. I could take every other blue one. See, there's every other blue one there. And then I'm over here, there, and there. Then I'm in between there. Then I'm over here for 3 of them on this group. And then these 2. And change them to a different color blue. So you can see that it's wherever a line crossed, I get a cut in that. And so it's useful to make that work in our behalf, so we can cut things up and make shapes out of them and different colored bars and that sort of thing, whatever's going to work. So unite unites, minus cuts, a cookie cutter out of the front piece makes the cut and goes away, and the divide, everywhere a line crosses, whether it's 1 or 2 lines or several lines crossing, it makes a cut and it makes actually a new shape. So that as you work any number of complicated arrangements, Pathfinder really comes to help you out with that.